Hey guys, good morning. And it's time for another day of kindergarten activities. Even though we aren't at school, we can still continue learning at home. So I want you guys to remember that even though you aren't in our classroom, whenever you're doing learning activities, you're listening to the adult. So whether it's mom, dad, aunt, uncle, a babysitter, you always need to make sure that you're listening, being respectful, and being focused, because I know that all of you guys are fabulous and you do a great job with those things. So let's get started. On our schedule, number 1, we have our calendar today, so let's do it. We are still in April. Now looking at the last day that was crossed off, that was Monday. So if yesterday was Monday, then today is Tuesday. And in a complete sentence, we would say that today is Tuesday, April 14th, 2020. Now, I have special writing on today because today is the day that if your last name is M through Z, you can come to school at 3 to 6 o'clock and pick up your next packets and drop off your ones that are already completed. Okay, so if today is Tuesday, that means tomorrow is going to be Wednesday. Tomorrow will be Wednesday. Let's sing our Days of the Week song. There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in the week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Awesome. Number 2, our daily write it. Let's see what our word's going to be today. Can you guess what our word is? Pig. Let's tap it. P-ig. Pig. P-ig. Pig. So if you were to write it, that word would be P-I-G. Okay, so you're going to take that word pig and you're going to transform it into your sentence. So on your special lined paper that you are so fabulous with, you're going to write the sentence, he is a fat pig. Count the words. He is a fat pig. Make sure that you are doing everything that good writers do. Capital at the beginning, punctuation at the end, spaces in the middle. Now, families, remember that you have this great resource to use for uppercase and lowercase letters to make sure your kiddo is forming their letters correctly. We are sticklers. So anytime that they're creating a letter incorrectly and the teacher catches it, we always erase and do it again, because we're learning how to write letters correctly so we don't have to fix bad habits later. Okay? So if our child makes a mistake, that's okay. They can just erase it and do it again, okay? So, kiddos, go ahead and pause the video, and I want you to write the sentence, he is a fat pig. Okay, so now that you have done that, let's look at our sentence. He is a fat pig. Let's count the words. He is a fat pig. I have 5 words, and they are all separated by spaces. What do I have for my very first letter? Why is it special? It's a capital letter. It's the beginning of our sentence. He starts with a capital H. Give it a space. Is a fat pig. All of these words are trick words or words that we can sound out on our own. Okay? Trick word. Trick word, trick word. Sound it out, sound it out. Okay? If you made a mistake, that's okay. Go ahead and pause the video and fix your sentence now. Okay, let's keep going. So now we are on number 3, our letter and number review. And today we're going to be making the letter S. Pinching my pencil with 2 or 3 fingers. All the rest of the fingers are in the back. Uppercase S, I start at the skyline, trace back, curve to the plane line, curve back to the grass line. S, snake, S. Lowercase s is the same way, except we start at the plane line, trace back, curve in, curve down and back, and land at the grass line. S, snake, S. For our letters, our number today. For our number today, we are doing a number that is 2 less than 16. Less means smaller. If it's 2 less than 16, that means that it's 2 smaller. So we're going to put 16 in our brain and take away 2 to make it 2 smaller. So 16, taking away 1 would be 15. 1 more would be 14. So our number today is 14. And how do you make a 14? A 1 and a 4 makes 14. Shut the door. Down and over, take a break. Down some more to make a 4. On your special lined paper, I would like you to please write some uppercase and lowercase s's, and then write some numbers. 14. Go ahead and pause the video and do your nicest, neatest writing now. Alrighty guys, moving on to number 4, our lesson plan packet. Most of you already have yours, and if not, I posted these pages on another post in class tag today, so parents, you'll be able to go in and print them off. But we are in week 4, so you are looking for the lesson plan in week 4. We've already finished day 1. Today's Tuesday, so we're on day 2, and the first thing we're doing is reading. Now today is a child reading day. So kiddos, here is your decodable for the week. Remember, a decodable means that you should be able to sound out most, if not all, of the words by yourself. So we're practicing fluency, which means being able to read without thinking about the answer or about the word, okay? So today, children, you're going to read this, a bad van, to your family member, okay? Remember to do everything that good readers do and do your best. After you read it, once you tap out the words, blend the sounds together, the next page, there's questions. So your family can ask you these questions to make sure that you understood what you were reading, okay? After you do that, we come to math. Now remember, math this week is really simple. Yesterday you did day 1, so today you're doing day 2. Count and circle the number that tells how many. Count the dogs, circle the number that tells how many. Count the fish, circle the number that tells how many. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. When you are done with that, you're going to do your number fluency page, right? So looking at these numbers, hopefully without even thinking about them. Your family will set the timer for 1 minute, and just like yesterday, you're going to read and write from left to right, and read how many you can in 1 minute. Okay, when you're done, your family will make a line, and I wonder if you guys can read more today correctly than the number that you got correct yesterday. So you're like in a competition with yourself, okay, trying to grow your brain. Now, since these 2 math activities were super simple, remember you have this math paper as well, and there's different activities for things that you can do at home to strengthen your child's understanding of math skills. Once you finish math, we come to our reading log. Yesterday, you should have read for 10 minutes. Either your child reading to you or you reading to your child. So today, we're going to do another 10 minutes of reading, either children reading to a family member or family members reading to their children. Very last thing today. Now, yesterday, I know when we were on phonics, I was a little confused about number 5. That hasn't changed. That still baffles my mind. I have no idea what was meant by this, so I have a new activity for us to do in place of that. Okay, so I have a Post-it note of 10 words. On the special lined paper, I'm going to read off these 10 words and I want you guys to write them down. Some of these are trick words. Some of these are CVC words, which means we should be easily able to sound them out. And then others of them are words that will need a silent E. Not all of them, but some of them. So you will need to be detectives to stretch out these words and write them correctly. Okay? All right, are you ready for your words? Okay, here we go. Number 1, zip. 2, can. 3, map. 4, his. 5, cub. 6, rope. 7, dig. 8, side. 9, R. 10, hip. Okay, write those words all correctly on your lines. And then when you're done with that, we'll move on and do our last phonics activity for the day. Beginning sounds super easy. You guys all know this stuff, right? So on both of these papers, you'll look at the picture. Think about the beginning sound. Color in the beginning sound. Go ahead, pause the video, and complete your packet now. All right, guys, let's move on. Number 5, our read aloud. So remember, we're doing language arts now during our read aloud time. So for Module 4, we are studying around the world. So yesterday, we looked at a picture of our planet Earth, and we looked at a map of the planet Earth. So remember, if we were to draw a picture of all of the continents, so the areas where there's land, where people live, if we were to flatten the Earth and draw the continents, this is what it would look like. This is a map of the Earth. We can see where our continents are. We can see where the ocean is. Remember, all the blue is the ocean. Now, land is not really purple, orange, white, or pink. Remember, the land is green, brown. There was a kiddo who sent me a question yesterday. They said, I wonder what the white on the planet Earth is. Well, what do you think the white is? Those are clouds, guys. Those are clouds. And when I look at this picture of the Earth, I notice the moon in the background. Speaking of our notices and our wonders, yesterday we read a book about Europe, right? This is the text we read yesterday to learn about Europe, okay? And one kiddo said that they noticed that there was a prince and a princess. And that's correct. In our book, I noticed a prince and a princess too in the United Kingdom. One child had a wonder, and they said, I wonder why there is water next to the sidewalks. So if you guys had a notice or a wonder from our Europe text yesterday, remember to send it to me, and I am making a chart, and we'll go over it probably on Friday, okay? So we live in North America. Yesterday we talked about Europe. Today we're going to talk about a continent called Asia. And Asia is right here. Asia is this big continent that they have colored orange. Okay? Could you walk from Europe to Asia? We know we cannot walk from North America to Europe because of all the ocean. Can we walk from Europe to Asia? Yes, they are connected by land. But if you're leaving Europe and you're going into Asia, walking, It would take forever. Even a car would not be the most convenient way to travel. There are very long distances between Europe and Asia, depending on where you're traveling. So you might even need to take an airplane, just like how people take airplanes to get to faraway places in America. The same is true for Europe and Asia. So I want you to listen as we read our Asia text for information that surprises you. I also want you to think about your notices and your wonders. And remember, your family can send me those so I can add those to our list. Here we go. So we're reading the text Asia by Rebecca Hirsch. Asia by Rebecca Hirsch. Here's our table of contents. It tells us what is in this text. Welcome to Asia. Asia is the largest continent. It has more than 40 countries. The Great Wall of China is in Asia. The largest pieces of land on Earth are continents. There are 7. Asia is the yellow continent on this map. Is it yellow in real life? No, that's just the way they have colored it so we can notice which one Asia is. People of Asia. Most of the world's people live in Asia. Some live in busy cities. People shop at a street market in Mumbai, India. Many people work in modern factories. Most of the world's computer parts are made in Asia. Workers build computer parts. Other people live in villages. They grow rice on farms. Most of the world's rice is from Asia. Women cleaning rice. Wild weather. Asia has monsoons. These are strong winds. In summer, monsoons bring heavy rains. Monsoon rains in Indonesia. That's a country in Asia. Some parts of Asia have cold, snowy winters. A snowy day in Japan. Amazing animals. Asia has lots of rare animals. Giant pandas live in Asia. Their favorite food is bamboo. And that's a giant panda eating bamboo. Bengal tigers live in Asia. Bengal tigers live in Asia's forests. Tigers are good hunters and like to swim. A Bengal tiger. Wild places. Asia has forests. Some have many trees. Other forests grow bamboo plants. And these are bamboo plants. They are tall. Asia has deserts. The Gobi Desert is dry. Wind blows the sand and makes dunes. Camels on the Gobi Desert. Mount Everest is in Asia. It is the tallest mountain on Earth. It is one of the many things that make Asia such a unique continent. Mount Everest is windy and cold. Modern marvels. The Burj Khalifa in Asia is the world's tallest building. It has 160 floors. The building took almost 6 years to build. It is made of steel, concrete, and glass. Some people live in the Burj Khalifa. Others work in the offices. Look how tall that building is compared to the other tall buildings. The thing is huge. Meet a Komodo dragon. Komodo's dragons are the biggest lizards in the world. They use their tongues to smell. They can use their claws to climb trees. Komodo dragons live on islands in Asia. All right, so these are words that we've learned so far from our text. Dunes, factory, mountain, tiger. Okay, so what was something surprising or interesting that you learned from this text? Tell a family member. Then, when we pause the video, I want you guys to think about things that you notice and wonder. If you can't think of any wonders, remember to use your question cube. And then I want your family to send me one notice and one wonder so we can add it to our Asia chart. And we'll go over that on Friday. Okay? So I want you guys to look at our planet Earth. Now that we've talked about 2 continents, I want you to think, how was this picture made? Was it illustrated? Was it taken with a camera? It is. This is a real photograph. It was taken with a camera. How was this made? It is a map. It was drawn. It is drawn to show you where the continents are. I want you to look back at this picture because we have been talking about our 3D shapes, our fact shapes. What shape do you think the Earth is? Could it be a cylinder? A cone? A sphere? Yes, it is a sphere. A sphere is like a bouncing ball. The Earth is a spherical shaped, which means it's shaped like a big ball. All right, guys, go ahead and pause the video. I want you to talk to your family about something interesting that you learned, a notice, and a wonder. Remember, they can send me your notice and wonder. All right, go ahead and pause the video and have those conversations now. Let's continue. We have 3 more activities left on our schedule today. Math, flashcards, and our thematic video. So let's get started with math. And today we're going to look at the cone, and that's what we're going to focus on. So first things first, we're going to make 2 groups of shapes. In one group, we're going to have all the cones. In another group, we're going to have all the shapes that are not cones. Okay? So let me get a hold of all of our shapes here. Here we go. Is this object a cone? No, it is not a cone. What shape is that? A cylinder. Is this a cone? Yes, a cone is like a party hat. This is a cone. Is this a cone? No, this is a sphere. A sphere is like a bouncing ball. Last one, is this a cone? No, a cube is like the dice you drop. Not a cone. So, looking at a cone, we need to figure out how many flat surfaces a cone has and how many curved surfaces. So, looking at the object we said was a cone, how many flat surfaces do you see? 1. There is 1 flat surface on the bottom. That is how we are able to stack it on top of this cube because it has 1 flat surface. How many curved surfaces do you see? One. There is one curved surface, and it goes all the way around. Okay? So a cone has one flat surface and one curved surface. Let's read that. One flat surface, one curved surface. So number 2, how many flat surfaces does a cone have? One flat surface, just the surface at the bottom. So we're going to write a straight line 1. It is fun. One flat surface. Moving on. We're going to look at this boy's toy shelf, and we're going to pick out all of the objects that are shaped like a cone. So, the first object, this block, is it shaped like a cone? Yes, a cone is like a party hat. Is this shaped like a cone? No, it is a cylinder. It's like a can of pop. It's just laying on its side, so it looks a little bit different. Is this a cone? No, it is a cube. A cube is like the dice you drop. Is this a cone? No, what shape is that? A cylinder. A cylinder is like a can of pop. Is this a cone? Yes, a cone is like a party hat. Very good. Is this a cone? No, we just talked about this. This is a globe. It's a model of our Earth. What shape is our Earth? A sphere. So that means that this is a sphere. It's not a cone. Is this a cone? No. Is this a cone? No. Last but not least, is this book a cone? It is not, guys. I'll bet you guys got a lot of those correct. Nice job. So now that we are all finished with math, we only have 2 things left on our schedule: flashcards and our thematic video. Today, we have 2 different kinds of flashcards. We have shapes and we have our numbers. Let's do our numbers first. I'm going to mix them all up, and let's begin. What is this? 14. A 1 and a 4 makes 14. Shut the door. 12. A 1 and a 2 tells 12 what to do. 16. A 1 and a 6 makes 16 pick up sticks. 10. A 1 and a 0 makes 10 the hero. 9. 8. 11. A 1 and a 1 makes 11 fun. 15. A 1 and a 5 makes 15 dive. 20. A 2 and a 0 makes 20 the hero. 17. A 1 and a 7 sends 17 to heaven. 19. A 1 and a 9 makes 19 shine. 7. 6. 13. A 1 and a 3 sends 13 up a tree. 18. A 1 and an 8 makes 18 great. Awesome. Now let's do our shapes. Let's do our flat shapes first. Circle, rectangle, hexagon, triangle, and square. Now our fat shapes. Cone, circle, what was this one? There's a curved line, which means there's a curved surface here. So it's a sphere, cylinder, and cube. All right, guys, awesome job today. We learned about another continent. We learned about Asia. which means that we are watching our continents song again for our thematic video today. I'll go ahead and post that in our class tag post. Remember, I'm also posting our worksheets for today in case you have not printed them off or have not gone to Stevenson to pick up the packet yet. So, kiddos, I want you to remember that I love you very much. I miss you all greatly, and I will see you tomorrow for our video.